Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, and it's been a crazy whirlwind month. We haven't even seen you. We've been texting, but we haven't seen each other, and welcome back home.
Thank you. I know it's been a couple weeks.
Have you missed it? Missed me? Missed it all?
Yeah, I missed it all. Like, I kind of in the studio. I did that thing with like Chris a couple weeks ago, but that was the last time I was here in the studio. You and me haven't even linked together in probably like you said, like a good month.
A lot to catch up on, and I haven't even really had the opportunity to congratulate you on the Joey Logano championship. And she's true blue Joey Logano fan, not a bandwagon jumper. And yeah, how exciting for you was it to have that happen,
It was incredible. Like I was like a lifelong Jeff Gordon fan, and as soon as Jeff Gordon retired, Joey Logano was just kind of like the guy that I rooted for. And I was thinking about after he won his championship too, that I was actually at the first race that he won at New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And I remember like that entire day, it was like a misty day in the morning. And I actually kind of remember it because me and my dad went to a race on my brother's birthday. And my brother wasn't very happy about it because my brother didn't go with us. And it ended up getting rain delay, and Joey Logano won his first race. And I was thinking about that like on championship day. I was like, I've really been here since like the beginning of when he started winning races. And that day I had my little sister over, and she's a Chase Elliott fan, but you know what? Joey Logano's in the championship for her, and she kind of jumps onto whoever I like or root for.
Yep.
And it was funny to see like her reactions, and it was every time him and Truex would get together, because there was like so neck and neck that entire race on every restart. I was like, is what he said going to come to life? Is Joey going to get put into the wall? And I was just curious about what was going to happen, but I think undoubtedly on restart, Joey Logano was the fastest car. And that last caution, when it happened, it was kind of Kyle Busch's race to lose, but he had a couple pit stops where things weren't really going his way and lost a ton of positions. But they did have that really good pit stop at the end of the race. But I feel like Joey Logano was like undoubtedly the best on short runs, and that's what won him the championship.
And then take yourself back to Martinsville. He needed to secure himself a spot in the Final Four, and he did it. And we talked about it at the end of that race, the weeks leading up to Homestead, that he did exactly what he needed to do to give himself the opportunity to win the championship. And I say it on a weekly basis. I don't like people doing anything dirty. I don't like people cheating. But when we all load those cars, now they go in boxes. Nobody puts them in trailers no more. It's in the box. But when we load our cars on Saturday morning and head to our local racetrack, whether it's Friday night at Lee, Saturday night at Beech Ridge, Sunday over at Hudson, our ultimate goal as a driver, a car owner, a team, no matter what part you play in it, is to come home the winner. Doesn't matter how you do it, per se, it's to come home the winner. As long as it's done legally and nobody got wrecked over it, you want to win the race. And it's whether you manipulate a rule that they left a gray area, you manipulate the track, you manipulate how the tires. As long as you're doing it within the means, you're doing what you're trying to do. And Joey Logano did that day. A little bump and run, which we see at every track, every state, every level. Nobody got wrecked. Truex still finished, respectable third that day. And, he was in Homestead. He had every opportunity to win the championship. But Joey knew he didn't have the luxury that Harvick, Busch, and Truex had. So he had to punch his ticket, so to speak, to Homestead, and he did it. And I'm not a Joey Logano fan, but I'm not a Joey Logano fan, And, young kid from northern New England, Connecticut based. I don't know what year it was, but he was and it was before I took the show over. It might have been the last year before I took it over from Tim Attire, or 2 years before I took it over. Joey Logano was up there courtesy of New England Racing Fuels, and in the house that we're going to be in a month, signing autographs, posing for pictures and everything. And a lot of people missed the opportunity then. We couldn't get him now. I don't have enough money. You don't have enough money. We might have some friends that have enough money, but between us, we don't have enough money to bring him up. But those are the cool things when he, came through the ranks and raced the old K&N East series and what was originally Busch North, and came to Augusta for that weekend and posed for a lot of pictures, and now he's Sprint Cup, Nextel Cup, Winston Cup, Monster Energy Camp. We're going to name them all. A Monster Energy champion. And, I'm sure he's pretty proud of his accomplishments. And looking back, every other one of those drivers at that level, would have done the same thing given the opportunity or given the balls to do it. Rough Truex up to get that win, and he did it. And little Amy over here in Saco, Maine is pretty happy because of it,
Yeah, like quite happy, and I agree with that too. There was like a lot of haters. There's always those internet warriors that are always put their 2 cents in, and like everyone was talking about it. But I saw this thing that I kind of agreed with, is that if it was like Kyle Busch that was put into the wall, people don't like Rowdy Busch, so people would have been like condoning it and being like, yeah, that was great. But since it was Joey Logano versus Truex Jr., who is a driver that has a great story, well respected, it went a little bit differently. But I was thinking about that, getting closer to the end of that championship race too. I was like, if he had never done that, if he had never fought that hard to win that race, he would not be in the position that he's in now. And
what we talk about, the driver holding the wheel, pressing the gas, ultimately he gets all the glory, but he gets all the crap. But he has a team, and obviously at that level, your local Saturday night, your boy Charlie Sanborn, he's got a team of 4 or 5 guys behind him. His number one cheerleader, Amy. And there's parents and grandparents and some fans. That's what he has to try to win that race and make happy. Think about what Joey has. Everybody at Penske, from the truck driver to the gas man to the girls in the office to the people on the road with the show cars, and then the Joey Logano Nation with the fans. So there's a lot more riding on his shoulders to deliver a championship to. So did what he had to do. Little girls like Amy, all happy about it, all excited, and you should be. It's always good, and I don't care if it's NASCAR racing, professional baseball, hockey. It don't matter. When our guy or our girl or our team wins, it's good for us, and we get to do a little, bragging, chest pumping, and at least until Daytona starts, which is just around the corner. And I'll tell you the news I'm waiting for. I want to know what Archie's got going on. We all know Matt Diabetadetto left that team. No hard split. Just let's see if we've gone as far as we both feel Go Green or Go Fast Racing can take me and Matt can take us. Now let's see if we can split and we can each take a step or two forward. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. We're going to catch up with Archie in the next coming weeks and find out what's going on. And because we all love that little team from Maine that gives us that sense of ownership on the Monster Energy Cup racing level. And really excited to see what they got going on. And obviously we'll catch up with Derek Nealon. We were at his party last weekend, and a lot of great. It's the season for Christmas, huh?
Yeah, it is.
You got your big company party this weekend. We got the McKay Christmas party this weekend, and anybody that's going to that, bring some extra money. As we are, Dan, Laura, they open up the venue and give us a great place to have a great time. But there are a lot of other people that are stepping up this year because of one of his team members, Tim Bennett. A lot of people know from Beechridge. I think it's his wife. I know her as Pam Dixon. She had a little girl that graduated high school a couple years ago. Graduated with my daughter Andrea, and right after graduation, contracted some serious cancer illnesses and stuff, and has battled for a couple of years, and recently passed away. And I just can't imagine at 19, 20 years old, you have a child that's gone through school and has gone through high school and done all the right things and made all the right choices, and now you're prepared for her next step in life, and all this happens, and and lo and behold ends up passing away. But we've turned this a party that we're going to celebrate and have a lot of fun with a lot of great people, a lot of friends. We've also turned it into a fundraiser as we can raise some money and give back to them. So we usually play a left, right, center game with 35 people, $3 a person. The winner gets $100 or something. Well, this year we're going to throw $5 for each person, so they're going to put in $15, and so $600 there. We all donated a bunch of baskets, and we're selling raffle tickets for the, and we're going to give these baskets away, and just you win what's in the basket, and doesn't matter what's in the basket. Honestly, when you think about it, general scheme of things, it don't matter if it's an empty basket. It's the money that we're all raising, and so thank you to all our friends in that small group of Naughty 40 Racing and everything, and to be able to do a little bit something extra, and just great time of year. Really, it's a time of year, and I know everybody says Thanksgiving when we thank our blessings. No, it's Christmas when you think about the people in your life and everything that you go through or they go through, and just excited for it all, and can't wait to run into as many people as I know. And this season, I went over to Cabela's last week and rung the bell for an hour. It was cold. And a little bit to talk to, but it was cold. But you stand there, and when you're out there and you're just ringing the bell and you're watching people, and they're coming by, and they're reaching in to put $1 in or they're change in, but I really love the ones that allow their kids to do it. I mean, might only be $1, might only be 50 cents, but at the end of the day, it all adds up, and it's neat to see people doing what they can this time of year to help the ones that possibly can't. And my hat's off to each and every one of you that do that little extra and do what you can, because it's a time of year where it just all comes out, and everybody, we all talk about my heart. People say I got a heart like that, but it's big. And if you're in that little circle, you're good. You're good. If you ain't in that circle, I ain't no promises. But really excited about this time of year. Really excited for this show. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's talk week. It's Regis and Kelly, or Regis and Mike, or Regis and the other one. And but no, really excited about some things. And we're going to take a break. We come back. I'm going to talk to a guy that made headlines last year and hasn't stopped making headlines. Not so much from behind the wheel, because his behind the wheel days are done. It says a track owner and promoter. And that's Chris Michaud over there from the other side of the mountain over in Vermont. I want to see what he's got going on, how he thinks 2019 is going to go after his, what I call, very successful 2018. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here with Chris Michaud.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good. It's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's coworker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainely Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham. Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at wiscassetspeedway.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And before we went to commercial break, you heard me talk about a guy that turned a lot of laps behind the wheel and had a lot of success. But now he's traded that helmet and all that stuff in for rule books and promoters' caps and all of that, and really taking the place of one of the greats, Tom Curley. And that's Chris Michaud over there at Thunder Road. And Chris, we want to thank you to welcome you to Mainly Motorsports.
Well, thanks for having me.
And man, you followed the footsteps of a legend, and that's Tom Curley. You had the privilege of being able to race for him and know exactly how to do it and what works and what doesn't work. And how did that all pan out for you in your first year as a track owner and promoter in 2018?
I think it helped a ton. Having all that time with Tom, racing for him, and then towards the end there, before we purchased, I worked for him for a few years, off and on, and there's a lot of winters where, I would sit there and talk to Tom either in his office or up at the farmhouse, and he taught me a lot, and that helped me, tremendously this past year or two.
Yeah, he had been through it all, the highs, the lows, the battles, and in this sport, every year is different. And you had a successful first year over at Thunder Road. You guys made a ton of improvements to the place, and a lot of great racing took place, and champions were crowned, and series were brought in, and which leads you to excitement on the off season for 2019. But you weren't rested on those laurels as you guys decided to pick your bat and ball up and cross over the mountain and now take ownership of White Mountain Motorsports Park, which is another historic track that's been around for a while with a family that's put their heart and soul into it, and now they have entrusted it to take the next step with you. So that's got to be pretty rewarding, but pretty nerve-wracking as well.
I mean, it is. The Averys, Donnie and Terry and David and David's wife Mandy have done such a great job over there, and like you said, they put their heart and soul into that racetrack, and for 25 years, and it's only had one ownership. So, there's some pretty big shoes to fill in their, taking over for them. But I've talked to Donnie quite a bit, and David, and they're right there supporting us with anything we need. I think Donnie or David, they're just a phone call away, and we're really excited to build on the tradition that they've built over there. It's a beautiful little racetrack, and I think we can build on what they've done, and I think it goes hand in hand with Thunder Road and the ACT, and we're really excited to see what we can do over there.
No, absolutely. Now, you've obviously had a couple meetings already with the teams that run over there. Any major changes coming from White Mountain, as well as classes, rules? I'm sure you're going to stay with the traditional Saturday night over there, but what are some of the changes that the people over there that can look forward to for 2019?
Well, right now, what we're doing is, the late models, they run under the ACT banner, like they always have. So those rules aren't changing. I think the biggest rule is we're bringing the Tigers, so they're just like the Thunder Road rules, and I think that will help that division grow. We've put them back on a treaded tire, and that way it keeps the tire bill very low, and I think it'll get some back and forth between the two racetracks, and I think that'll help grow that division a lot. And the mini stocks, we're going to keep those the same. They have a nice field over there, and we're actually going to have a meeting with the dwarfs on Tuesday. And of course, the kids truck division, I think that's something that is needed, and we look to build on that in the future.
No, that's good, because sometimes guys come in, they try to reinvent the wheel, and sometimes things aren't broken, they just need to be repaired. You know what I mean? They're not totally broken, they just need to be repaired. And I think you touched on a couple of those classes, like you said, the Tigers and the Dwarfs, and getting that more in line with what you do over at Thunder Road, and gives people an opportunity to bounce back and forth if they want to. And I don't think you're going to have 20 guys that are going to say, I'm going to run Thunder Road Thursday and White Mountain Saturday. But you know what? If you got 10 guys that say, I'll do that 3 or 4 times a year, that helps both facilities to build car counts and bring in a bigger, different fan base, and just help you grow what you've started to do already at Thunder Road and take it to White Mountain.
Yeah, exactly. What we do at Thunder Road with the Tigers, we have a Triple Crown Series that was really very, very doesn't want to put in a full season, he can still race for a championship. We're going to bring that over to White Mountain and try to implement that, see if that is received as well at White Mountains as it was at Thunder Road. You know, one thing we don't want to make a mistake at is we understand people race at White Mountains for a reason, and we understand people race at Thunder Road for a reason. The Averys have done a terrific job at White Mountains, bringing that atmosphere for those racers, and we plan to continue that same atmosphere that they have, and I'm really looking forward to it. And you know, like you said, I think the specials between the two tracks will be great for everybody.
No, I'm looking forward to it, and you know, I've established a relationship over there with the Averys, with Mainly Motorsports, and then Mainly Awards, and then the end of the year, got involved with you guys at Thunder Road. So really looking forward to do all we can to help you continue the success that Thunder Road's had for years, and what White Mountain does, because it's just it's short track racing, and two of the best facilities in all of New England to put short track racing on, and you are doing a great job and carrying the banner that Tom built, and then I know you're going to do the same thing with the Averys.
Well, thank you. That's our goal. Like I said, there's big shoes to fill, but I think we're up for the task.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now we're going to take a break, Chris. When we come back, I want to talk about the ACT Tour. A tour that's been around forever, gone through numerous changes, but I'm telling you, and I told you down when I saw you at the Snowball Derby, if I was going back racing and I had a budget and I wanted to go race and chase a championship, ACT would be a place I'd really be looking at, because you guys have done a tremendous job with the schedule, the facilities you're going to, and I think it's back on the right track. And when we come back from commercial break, I want to talk to you more about that and some of the ideas and some of the big things you got happening in 2019. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Chris Michaud here on Mainly Motorsports.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and we're here with Chris Michaud, owner, promoter, White Mountain Motorsports Park, Thunder Road. But what I want to talk about now is the American-Canadian Tour, something that's been around forever, has seen its ups and downs, changes, but I'm telling you, I'm excited for 2019, and Chris, you got to be excited for 2019. The schedule you put together, the teams that you hear that are coming back and are going to dabble in the series, and some of the big events that you're a part of, it's just making 2019 line up exactly how you would hope.
Yeah, we're very excited for 2019. You know, last year was our first year at it. We weren't quite sure what to expect, but we had some tremendous support. We had great car counts. And this year, I feel we put together a great schedule. We have a 10-race schedule, 4 points, a couple other races sprinkled in there that you can do as in the Milk Bowl or whatever, just for money. But we're very, very, very excited about this year.
Yeah, you're kicking off, April 24th at Oxford, a track that everybody, synonymous with motorsports knows about. And then you come back to Oxford the night before the 250. And, yeah, maybe you're not the major player in the game that weekend, but just to be in the game, on a weekend that'll put tens of thousands of fans through the gate, in the stands, watching the racing, and you have your tour on the grounds and putting on and last year both those races you guys had there were great races. So you got to be excited to be involved and be a part of the Mayberry's 250 weekend.
I am. Tom is. I don't know if he's been a big supporter of ours. He's helped me along. We talk quite often in the off season. But with us scheduling, he gave us opening day with Pass up at Oxford. He gave us the night before the 250. He brings his Pass tour to Thunder Road twice, to White Mountains twice. He's just a great partner in that way, and supporting us and supporting the tracks that we have. And also, I feel that we're a great supporter in supporting the Pass series that he has.
No, absolutely, and a race that the Averys last year took a chance on September, their Napa 250 weekend. You're keeping it. I don't know if Napa's still involved. Still a big weekend, but you're moving it back into August. Kind of give yourself a little more wiggle room if something should go wrong weather-wise, but also wiggle room to stay off some of those other big events, because it seems like it's September and October. Every weekend somebody's doing a big event somewhere.
Well, and that's actually what it was. As far as the budgets for these teams, I mean, you're at the 250, White Mountain 250 weekend, then you had the Milk Bowl, and then you had the Speedway 51 weekend that they have. I mean, it was 3 big shows right in a row. Tire bills are high, race admissions high. It's a bunch of special shows. So we felt maybe if we put one of those back in August, and that way the teams could recoup, make some money in August, that will carry them through September and October.
No, absolutely smart thinking. And then the weather, the one thing that's out of every track promoter's hands, the weather. All you got to do is get one rain out in the fall, and it just juggles and screws up everything. So giving yourself that first part of August gives you some wiggle room if things go wrong, and if nothing goes wrong, it's a home run for you.
I think so. I think that'll. Also we think about our teams, but I think you think about the fans with big tickets when they bring a family of 4, and it costs them anywhere from $75 to $100 to get in, plus food and stuff like that. I think it helps the fans out too.
Yep. The month of June, you got some things happening that a little bit extra purse.
I can't wait.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, extra purse at 3 tracks, 3 different venues. Just going to make that a really huge kickoff for the ACT Tour as you get ready to roll into the summer.
I mean, it is. We had a good show at Thompson last fall, and Terry Ames asked us if we wanted to do 2 shows this year. So that was really nice. He put together that deal for us in the middle of June. And then, we have Chaudière. Chaudière up in Canada was a big supporter of ours when things fell apart up there last year. They stuck by ACT. They stuck with our rules. They had some cars come down to our races. We had some cars go up to their big races. They're big supporters of ours, and I thought to give them a race was pretty much a no-brainer. The crowds are huge. The car counts are huge up there. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. Then Bobby Weber took the chance, I think last year, to go back towards the late model stuff, and this year he called me and said, "Hey, listen, I'm going 100% ACT rules. Can I have a race?" And I said, "Absolutely." I said, "That's what ACT is about. Tracks that support us, we're going to support them." And then Bobby came. He wanted to jump on one of our big races, and so he's ponying up some money for our return to Star, and I think it's going to be a great month of June.
Oh, absolutely! Every one of those races paying what, $5,000 to win?
Paying $5,000 to win, plus they're a little fat down towards in the middle too. So it's it's not just the winner side; it's all the way down through. So that's the good part about it. That's something that Tom always talked to me about. He said, just don't put it all up front. He said, make sure you spread it out throughout the middle. Help people.
Got to get them back the next week.
Exactly. Go to the next race.
Now I'm hearing a couple names that are synonymous with the ACT Tour, champions of that tour, have won it no matter where they've gone, at what level, what car they drove, and that's Wayne Hallowell and Joey Pohl. Hearing their names kicked around as possibly, I don't know if they're chasing the whole tour, but going to be back doing some ACT racing. Can you confirm that? And if so, how exciting is that to bring two recognizable household names to Northeast Motorsports and racing back to the ACT?
Yeah, I mean, I can confirm that I've talked to both Bruce and I've also talked to Big Joe Cole. They plan, as far as I know, they plan on going as far as they can with this, and they're going to start the year with us, and they're really excited to come back, which is quite a. I think it just does a lot for the tour that names want to come back to it and support it, and they believe in it. They believe in what we're doing and what the rule package is, and I'm really excited for those two. And there's some others that are coming back. I think the tour is going to be pretty healthy this year.
No, I think it's going to be real strong. But one more thing before I let you go, and we talk about rules, and every track, tour, they all got them. They all got what they think they should have. They listen to the competitors. A lot of talk in the body world right now with the Gen 6 5-star body that is not ABC approved. Some people like Tom and Pass and Oxford, Beechridge, a few tours out in the Midwest, they're going with it. They're saying, hey, we're going to allow it, we're going to welcome it, and it is what it is. Others, like Wiscasset, the Granite State Pro Stock Series, down south, a lot of talk at the Snowball Derby, not going to allow it. What's your take on it? What's ACT's and Thunder Road's rules on it, and what do you think it's headed?
Yeah, I mean, right now, our take on it is we aren't going to let it. We aren't going to let it in this year. My take honestly is that it's not ABC approved. We went through the ABC committee for years now. Has been taking care of these bodies. Do we need a new look? I think we do, but I think that these two body companies can get together and we can make a nose and a tail, the new look of the new cars and make it work. My opinion is, they're putting in this whole new body. Yeah, the body's the same price, but people don't realize you got to redo your tin work. You got to redo this and redo that. And I believe it's a flange body, so. A lot of people don't know how to hang that, so you're going to send it to somebody to hang it for you. I think it's just an added expense. A $4,000 body by the time you get done, possibly you're up to $8,000 now, which I don't think the team needs an expense like that right now. And, I just find it hard to believe that these two body companies can't come up with a nose and a tail or something to work with the current bodies that we have.
No, I agree with everything you just said, and it's good to hear from a promoter that's not only thinking of himself and the headaches it's going to cause if it does go, but the teams, and I'm sure it'll get worked out eventually. And it stinks to think that we got a couple of body companies right now that are kind of drawing all the headlines in, so to speak. We're not talking, there's not a lot of talk maybe in all the circles about what's going on here in the Northeast with tours and tracks and all that. It's a body, but eventually it'll go away. I'm excited to see some of them because I know some people are hanging them that'll be racing at the tracks like Oxford and Beechridge as we go to the Northeast Motorsports Expo, which you will once again have a representation for the ACT Tour, which is really good because it gets your product out in front of people in the Northeast when you have a couple races here at Oxford, and maybe drag some of the race fans in northern Maine and New Hampshire parts to some of your other races. So really appreciate you and the whole ACT team once again participating in our show in Augusta.
We had a blast up there last year. I'm really thankful for the invite that you gave us. Of course, Marvin, he loves it up there. So
yeah,
he's looking forward to it. He's been playing in it since June.
And I don't know why you bought and rented 2 chairs, because Marvin never sits in a chair. So obviously that's not for Marvin. And I've said this from it when I took the show over. Marvin is the guy that if I could clone for every booth at every show, Marvin's the guy you want it because he's in front of the table, he's greeting them, he's passing schedules out, he's making eye contact, he's welcoming people to the show, welcoming them, inviting them to ACT. So you're lucky when it comes to that. You got one of the best in the business at handling your show, and I look forward to seeing you up there and talking about some other stuff that we can do together for 2019.
Awesome, yeah. We're looking forward to it, and we will be there.
All right, Chris, and I want to thank you again. That's Chris Michaud, owner, promoter, Thunder Road, White Mountain Motorsports Park, as well as the ACT Tour. And thanks once again, Chris, for taking the time with us here on Mainly Motorsports.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and now I've heard it all. We got Amy back on the show. We started off talking about her and Joey Logano and the love she has for Joey Logano, his championship. While doing a phone interview with Chris Michaud, she was watching the Patriots game. And we all know, lo and behold, what happened to the Patriots this week. And crying, mascara. There was just, we couldn't put her back on air because she just, wow, she took that loss serious, you know. And that's the thing of why I'm a Cowboys fan and not a Patriots fan. Patriots fans, they just... It's so dramatic. They're just so dramatic. And hopefully she gets her act together. Next week we'll try to get the show in and done and taped before the game. But well wishes, Amy. I'm sorry your team lost, but maybe next week. But wow, the girl that takes her sports serious, huh? No, it's not really what happened, but oh well. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. But wow, just around the corner, the 31st annual Northeast Motorsports Expo up there at Augusta, Maine, the Augusta Civic Center, January 11th through the 13th. All kinds of displays, race cars being prepped. Just so excited, you know, excited to meet up with friends that we haven't seen in a couple months, or some people I only see at the shows, you know. We just don't run into each other at the racetracks, and really excited to see what people bring this year. Obviously, Peter Prescott, Team EJP, big supporter of what we do, and really excited to see what they have to offer. Peter and his gang, Adam, Tom, they just all do a great job in their display. Usually get car 59. Where are you? No, that's car 51. Reed Lamper, I don't know if Reed's car will be on display, but usually it is. I know there's going to be a lot of cars in the Beech Ridge booth, the Wiscasset booth, Richmond Karting Speedway, the Maine Mini Cup League, just so many different organizations involved in what we're doing up there. And if you're interested in becoming a vendor, you can send me an email or go online and get the vendor form, print it off, send it in, call me first, make sure we have space available as it's filling up fast. And we're really excited. Go to northeastmotorsportsexpo.net, see a list of who's coming, the tracks, the tours, the vendors. Just going to be a good show once again, and I can't thank everybody enough. You know, EJP, big supporter, John Holland, New England Racing Fuels, Sunoco Race Fuels, people that have been coming to this for a year, obviously Mainly Awards, Mainly Motorsports, Embroidery Expertise, you know, we'll be there. This year's raffle, GM 602 crate motor. I know the ACT Tour is going with them. A lot of tracks at the late model level have them, the Sports Series, the Wildcats, the Strickleys. So that's what you get. We'll have more details about that next week. But make sure you go to the website, check it out, sign up, be a part of the 31st annual Northeast Motorsports Expo, January 11th through the 13th, right there at the Augusta Civic Center. So we're going to take a break, talk about, when we come back, some racing that's still taking place, and you can do it in the friendly confines of some people's garages. Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling, to Mainly Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Bedford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. The solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil Division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
I know Oxford's got a big one coming up there on the track with the snow, January 6th, the week before the Northeast Motorsports Expo. The week after the show, Speedway 51 does their annual hangover 150 or 200, whatever it is. 2 laps is too much for me to be racing on the snow, but I know a lot of people are going to do it. But if you're looking for something to do inside, friendly confines of a garage, warm, how about some slot car racing? And there's a few tracks around. some tours around. I got a couple right in my backyard down here in southern Maine. Jeff Fortier over there at Saco Speed Bowl, and Jeff Martell over there at Fast Laps Raceway. And this past weekend, they put on a couple of big events. The tour was in town. Rick Martin, a name synonymous with the Pro All-Star Series and Super Late Models, Seekonk Speedway, travels all the way up here to be a part of this, and pretty neat to see a guy like that. Now he's still continuing on and doing his love for racing, and not the high-dollar Super Late Model racing, but really fun. See some racers, some people that just love it. And the cool part is you'll see with some of the cars in the video we're going to show you, they use the body styles, the paint styles of some old vintage modifieds, some NASCAR wheeling modifieds, some old Beech Ridge modifieds, late models, sports series cars. Pretty cool. And we got some video, and they had a big race, and congratulations to all the winners over there last weekend. And check it out. They got a Facebook page. Go look them up. You got a few other ones in the state too, and pretty neat to be a part of. So enjoy these highlights, and let me know what you think when you see us at Augusta.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and anybody that's followed this show over the years as we approach show number 600 knows that the 4 or 5 years we spent up at Richmond Karting Speedway with Alicia Racing Karts, starting at the box stock level and advancing all the way to senior sportsmen, how much fun we had, how many friends we made, how many new relationships we started as a family and as, you know, Mainly Motorsports. And but I thought my days were done of going to Richmond Karting Speedway banquets, to be honest with you. But lo and behold, Brandon Williams, Alicia's boyfriend, decided he was going to take up go-kart racing this year. So we wanted to go to the banquet and support him and also support Willie and Jen and all the racers, as they are one of our customers with Mainly Awards. And we do the awards for them. And we did the trophies for them this weekend, as well as the ones at Bartlett Bridge for the banquet. And what a great time we had up there, and good to see them acknowledge all the competitors. And one of the coolest things I've seen all year, not only banquet-wise, but all year, was as they brought up the drivers on their regular point series and handed them their trophies and acknowledged their accomplishments from 2018, they asked each driver to bring their crew chief, which in most cases was their dad. And each driver was given a medal to hang off their crew chief around their neck and give them some acknowledgement, because obviously we know these kids couldn't do what they're doing without the help of their parents and siblings and grandparents and aunts and uncles and sponsors. And it was quite a gesture to see that Willie and Jen and whoever came up with that idea, really cool idea, and really, yeah, that was nice to see, and it was good to be a part of. Really excited to be back around the karting world as we spend time at Bartlett Bridge, obviously spend time at Richmond, and me and you know, the former promoter of the track and track announcer and just overall manager under the Bill Stilfen era, Roger Collins, did the DJing, and it was good to catch up with him and about talking about some past stuff. And one of the things as we were up front and talking to the crowd that we both reminisced about was the Mainly Motorsports TV 400. And those go-kart events were pretty big. You know, they were growing, and then, you know, just different things happened and it wasn't able to continue. But those were the real deal. And anybody that raced them knows what it was and how important and it was to be a part of, and how big a deal it was to walk out of there with a winner that day. Other ones that didn't get a chance to race have heard about it and have heard about the stories, and yearn for a race like that to be back. Well, it's back. The Mainly Motorsports 400 will be back at Richmond Karting Speedway this year. Me and Roger, you know, Roger brought it up, made me think about it. I looked at Willie, asked him what he thought. Jen nodded, broke her neck, nodded her head. They want it. We're going to be a part of it, and we're going to bring that go-kart race. And what traditionally was the biggest go-kart race in all of New England, brought some of the biggest names in karting to the sport, or guys that are in super late model racing, brought them back to the sport of karting. We're going to do it again. We don't have a date. We're going to look at track schedules, not only for the go-karts, but the big cars. We don't want to conflict with anybody. We want to give the racers the opportunity. If their dads race, we don't want to have dads have to make a choice. And it's just going to be a good time up there. So you just watch the Richmond Karting Speedway website or pay attention here, and we'll let you know when it is. And if you want to be a part of it, whether it's a sponsor or just a fan or anything, we'll search you out. And really going to be a good time. So coming back to Richmond Karting Speedway in 2019, the Mainely Motorsports 400. So going to be exciting. We're going to make it fun, and hope to see you guys there. So we'll take a break. Poor Amy. But we'll come back, wrap this week's episode up as we head into the final parts of 2018 and the 31st Annual Northeast Motorsports Expo.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Well, I hope you guys are all excited about Christmas. It's coming up just around the corner. We'll be, as you're seeing this weekend, we'll be at the McKeag, the Naughty 40 Christmas party, and having a lot of fun with a lot of friends. This past weekend was the Neelan Christmas party, and just the time of year to get together with your family. And I know everybody says Thanksgiving's that time. Thanksgiving's just the time to sit down and eat and watch the Cowboys play. That's all that day is. Eat, watch the Cowboys play. Christmas, it's the time. Get together with your parties. Be joyous. Get together with your family. I know we got a couple of big parties going on at the house and with the families, and really excited. And, last week I was over to Cabela's for an hour ringing the bell for the Salvation Army, Red Kettle. And it just warms your heart just to do that little extra. And that's all I'm asking everybody to do. Take a toy, drop it in a box, for the, whether it's the Bruce Roberts Fund or, ones that are collecting for, Santa, $1 in the bucket, the Red Kettle you see, anything you can do, just give back, and we're excited. We're doing a lot for a family that, lost their loved one, a young girl by the name of Keely Dixon, passed away recently, right after high school. Contracted a very serious illness that they just couldn't find the cure for and just couldn't beat. And her mom, Pam Dixon's boyfriend, Tim Bennett, works on the McKeag car and just the Naughty 40, big part of that team. Tim's been around the sport for years, and the McKeags have reached up. We're doing some raffles, so kind of a last-minute thing. But if you see this, reach out to me. We can sell you some raffle tickets, and we're drawing on some baskets at the McKeag party. Going to be playing a high-dollar LCR game with all proceeds going to the Dixon family. So it's just, like I said, we're all pretty fortunate. We all have those moments. We all have those days. We all have those times when we think nothing can get any worse. But trust me, it can always be worse, and there's people out there that are feeling it. So that this time of year, do you a little extra. Bring a little joy. Spread a little, I don't want to say spread wealth, but spread some cheer, spread some joy. Bring people into your house that, everything's falling apart, pulling it. But just do all you can. That little extra $1 that you didn't think you had or that you didn't think you could spare, you can spare. All right? So hope you enjoy this week's episode. We'll see you next time. We'll calm Amy down. Patriots lost. Cowboys won, by the way. So pretty big deal here. So hope you all enjoyed this week's episode. We'll see you next time right here on Mainely Motorsports.